Hey everyone! Welcome back to my Let's Play of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I'm recording this right after the other episode, so things are fresh in my head. When we last left off, we worked on Gouto's plotline, and I'm starting to feel kind of bad for him with everything going on. I think he's just a little bit misunderstood. Could be wrong though, but we saw him figure out that little Morimura, the little girl, has the mind, memories, whatever you want to say, of Professor Morimura from 2188, the heartless person who, sold nanomachines on the black market to fund her project, and brought about the destruction of humanity, which I can see in her behavior, because she's being mean to him. So he, as it turns out, was in love with Miss Morimura, and that's why he was kind of hoping her memories got downloaded to this little Chihiro, but they didn't. It was the 2188 Chihiro, so poor guy, kind of feeling for him at this point. But yeah, we're going to go in. Hopefully we can soon get to the Hypocrisy event so we can finish up Hijiyama. But that's the plan, and then we'll go back to the battles eventually. But thank you guys for your support of the series. As I always say, I really appreciate it. And let's go learn more about what happened with Gouto, our emo dude.
Oops. I know this is my first time here, but this suddenly makes me feel so nostalgic.
Sunsets will do that, I find, regardless of time period.
Yes, but this must be... well, I suppose it must be one of those places. So, where am I going?
I've rented an apartment under a false name.
Can't be any worse than our last accommodations. As long as it's not Rebel, I'll take it.
My apologies. If it's any comfort, I'm certain nobody will find you there. Not Shikishima, and certainly not Miss Morimura. I suppose we have Ida-san to thank for all this. The funds and paperwork he prepared were invaluable.
Tetsuya Ida. And he's still missing, is he?
Yes. Let's go.
Aww. That's so cute.
Chihiro-san.
You think I'm the professor?
That is what I said. You are Professor Chihiro Morimura, a major figure in Shikishima in the year 2188. Namely, the leader of its space initiative.
What are you even talking about?
Just some hypotheticals. A possible interpretation of the evidence I found.
Okay, say I am the professor. Remember, Miss Morimura is the one who created me. You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? How would that make sense?
Miss Morimura ran an experiment to grant her clone compatibility. She believed that you were synchronized to her. She believed it was her own data she transmitted. But it was the other Chihiro Morimura in Sector 0. And of course, you entered the world as a newborn, incapable of verbal communication. So Miss Morimura never realized her mistake.
This is all speculation.
Certainly, yes. But if I'm right, and you are the professor, I imagine you were in quite a panic yourself. All things considered, it was a staggering deviation from the original plan.
What original plan?
Among the logs from 2188, one of Tetsuya Ida's noted that he'd found an anomaly. Chihiro Morimura was set to undergo a memory transplant in the final phase. And the final phase, well, that would be us.
I don't know where you think you're going with this.
A bit of patience, please. There's a little more context I need to provide. The log from the future I saw first. That would be the comms log I found with my own ID. The first log I checked held some surprises. The author seemed to be an elderly Gouto. And the date of recording appeared to be 2188. I assumed it was some future version of myself. One that had time traveled into the far future. But now, I don't think that's the case. I believe it's the other way around. In other words, I myself am a clone of him. Every individual I saw in that log footage, they all created clones of themselves.
Clones, huh?
I did find a log that proves this point.
What did you see?
A comms log between you and Professor Takamiya. Her field is genetic engineering, I note.
Ooh, spiciness.
Professor Takamiya, how are the projections on those self-replicating probes? The simulations look good. Especially the survey range. We never expected a rate of expansion that high. It was definitely the right call to prioritize its strength as a group over individual units. These probes are pretty much living machines now. They self-replicate using natural resources mined from asteroids in their routing. They'll just keep building up and breaking down. An infinite cycle of self-replication on its way to its target. There's basically zero chance of the tech failing midway through. They'll just keep on going. Probably long after humanity's gone. Glad I came to an expert then. All that's left is the refinement of the memory cube. The infrastructural storage cell, right? The cube's made up of 5 identical memory layers. In theory, it'll compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. And if it can't be repaired, well... fine, 1 probe down. We've got thousands more. And our passengers? I'll be loading them up with the DNA of all the survivors. I've already got samples and data from all 15. Now it's just down to launching them. These clones will go with all our hopes on their shoulders. By the way, what do we do about him? I mean, after that DNA test. We do nothing. He doesn't have to know. What could I even say to him? Not much, I guess.
Wait, what? They made it sound like a DNA test of like someone's child being someone else's, like finding out someone's the kid of someone else, you know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, the clones, okay, that makes sense. They cloned the 15 people, okay.
There were 15 survivors of that colony, each with a clone established to be compatible. Though they grew up in different eras, different worlds. And you aimed to replace your clone's memories with your own. That was your real plan.
Okay.
Right now, I imagine your biggest question is precisely how much of that log I've seen. Am I close? You do have a genius mind, but also the form of a child. I imagine it's harder than usual to hide your agitation.
It's absolutely not. Now you're just trying to trick me?
I'd say, based on that log, Professors Takamiya and Morimura seem to know each other quite well. Maybe you know something about that.
Of course not.
Then perhaps instead, Tsukasa Okino? Being compatible, that makes one part of his identity clear. He's one of the 15 from the year 2188. So, any theories? Who was he in the year 2188? Care to guess?
Stop it.
No? Then allow me to clarify. That boy, Tsukasa Okino, is Professor Chihiro Morimura's son.
Damn.
But not her child by personal, conventional birth. The professor donated her egg cells as a young woman, in accordance with the policies on population control.
Oh.
Their blood relation wasn't exactly obvious, until DNA testing on the clone revealed it. The professor was faced with the truth. He was her son, which naturally sparked an inconvenient surge of maternal instinct. However, Okino himself didn't think highly of the professor. He had his disagreements with the project staff, too. When it seemed like her end was near, the professor recorded him one final message. One last chance for him to know the truth.
Stop! You saw that? But how? You'd need a biometric ID match to access that log. So you should only have been able to access your own. My logs and Okino's should have been locked off.
Thank you, Professor Morimura. Indeed, the files I could access were somewhat limited. Mostly company logs. Meeting reports, call transcripts, bureaucratic chaff. Barely anything in the way of your personal records.
Then, how do you know what was in my logs?
It's simple, really. That should do it for preparations. Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works. Did it go through? Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs. Maybe, if I check Miss Morimura's logs, I might find a clue why your biometric ID matches hers.
Yikes, Gouto. Big yikes. Poor Yori, what the heck, Gouto?
It really is her ID.
Yori Fuyusaka?
Though unconscious, she proved very helpful.
Yikes.
She is Chihiro Morimura, a compatible version. If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know who Iori Fuyusaka is. Because that would mean you hid her here in Sector 4. The plan was for the two newborns to grow up with their own separate lives. Ida-san's idea, presumably. Chihiro Morimura was planned to be placed in 2104, and Tetsuya Ida in 2024, yet neither could be found.
I knew Renya Gouto of Shikishima pretty well. You and he are very different. Except that you both make my life a lot harder. So, suppose I am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth. I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts. Considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive.
Damn. Ooh, Cologne. Oh, Trophy Aaron, Gouto story, 50% cleared. I could not read that for some reason. Renny Gouto unlockable, 4,800 meta chips. 1 mystery file obtained, 5 updated, 4 event archives, and Cologne. Detective Renya Gouto on the case. Unlock condition, 3rd area, Himawari Ward, wave 5. Yup.
Oh?
Nice. Damn, I love how it's like a detective thing. I love detective stuff, so it's like hitting me right in the heart. Damn, okay. There's something I was gonna say, but I don't remember. She's crazy. Okay, so Chihiro Morimura 2188, upon testing the DNA of the 15 individuals for Project ARC, became clear that Tsukasa Okino is Morimura's child. Though it wasn't through conventional birth, Morimura still feels a maternal connection to him. Weird plot twist. In order to see Miss Morimura's logs, Gouto used Yori Fuyusaka, who was unconscious from the shock of seeing a Sentinel in the 2065 ruins. He brought her to the UFO mainframe and used her biometric ID. Poor Yori, man. Yuki Takamiya, 2180, Professor Takamiya studies self-replicating probes. Cool. Upon testing the DNA of the 15 individuals for Project ARC, it becomes clear that he is Chihiro Morimura's child. That is so weird. The compatible. The clones of the 15 survivors in the colony are the compatible ones. Yup, okay. So we know for sure now that it's clones of the 15 people. Alright, makes sense. Probe. Inside the probes are infrastructural storage cells called memory cubes, which allow the probe to compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. If a probe can't be repaired, then it dies, as a biological organism would, and the others move on. The probes that departed Earth with the DNA data of the 15 individuals surveyed an extremely wide range, replicating themselves infinitely until they found a new planet that humanity could inhabit. Oh, okay. I was like, what the heck is this probe doing? It's like a space probe. Okay. So they just kept on like moving along, building themselves up, you know, dying, building a new one, say like however much distance away, till they found a planet that they could put the clones of the 15 people on. Okay. Interesting. Science, man. I don't know. Alright, is that all of them? I think it is. Very cool. Okay. 80%. Ooh, crazy. Alright, we're gonna jump right back in. Back to Gouto. Detective Gouto. Our man. Hopefully we get hypocrisy soon. Let's go! I kind of feel bad for him, though. Even though he carried Iori's unconscious body, I feel kind of bad that he's kind of going through all this.
The kaiju! Why are they coming this way? The terminal's the other way. Oh, that's Sentinel. That's gotta be Iori. Hey, Iori! What's going on? Iori-chan? They all appeared on this side out of nowhere! Just keep running! That's easy to say. But where are we even supposed to run? Miwako, I'm sorry I couldn't get you somewhere safer. But I'll handle this. Usami-chan? Usami-chan disappeared. What the heck is going on? Don't worry. I'm going to protect you. Everything logical. Logical. Just so you know, I didn't want to do this. I'm gonna try something. Huh? Honestly. Gouto-kun! I know you can see me! You've got a drone up, right? I need you here right now! Gouto? You don't mean... Gouto-kun! Renya Gouto? Yup. So you know him too? There you are. Gouto-senpai! Where did you come from?
Chihiro-san, why did you call for me?
My senior ID can get me access to the higher level commands. But I still need the biometric authentication to get it started. So I'll need your help. Though... it's not a favor for me. I'm the one who's going to be helping all of you, in the end. Don't move.
Are you trying to shift from here?
I need you to step away.
Poor Miwako.
This place is...
We're inside the underground UFO. The Sector 4 mainframe.
What are you trying to achieve?
Maximum hypocrisy. Once I'm done here, your fight might get just a little easier. Get on the shifter already. I've established a connection to the system. My senior credentials should take care of the rest. Thank you. I didn't think you'd come back for me. I'm shifting you back. Now, let's get started, shall we? All units fighting the kaiju. Can you hear me?
Who's that? How'd you get on this channel?
Huh? Wait, you're the girl Miwako was helping.
Chihiro. Is that you, Chihiro?
I'm Chihiro Morimura.
What? That's our teacher's name.
I'm going to evacuate the populace all at once. Readouts say 1.2 million people in Sector 4. They'll all be force shifted to the year 2025. As in Sector 3.
To the year 2025? You're shifting over 1 million people?
So you don't have to worry about any civilian casualties. That's all.
Wait a minute, Chihiro!
Initializing shift. Isn't this... That should be everyone. Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous. Why am I doing this?
Oh, you went through.
What's the meaning of this? How did you gain access? Explain yourself.
I'm Takatoshi Hijiyama. I just have one favor to ask of you.
A favor?
Well, it's kind of complicated, but I'm actually asking on behalf of someone else. young man by the name of Okino.
Tsukasa Okina?
Damn! That's so cool because we saw that happen during the battles, right? Ah, that's so... Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense now. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, okay. Takanoshi Hijiyama unlockable 4850 meta chips. One mystery file updated for Event Archives hypocrisy. She's having a change of heart, thank God. Okay, let's go read the file that got updated. Oh, Miyuko Sabatari, thanks to Hiro, she was able to evacuate the Sector 4 battlefield and find refuge in Sector 3. Yay, Miyuko lives! That's all that matters in the end, right? I keep on looking away from the screen when I'm scrolling, so I'm sorry if I missed any files. Okay. Solid. So let me save, and then we'll go do Hijiyama, right? And see what the heck Okino's asking for. 96%. Oh, my heart. Alright, let's see. He went to Tokisaka Shrine, inside the UFO, Hijiyama and Okino. Oh, they discovered the truth about the world. Right. Alright, let's go in and finish up our Yakisoba Pond Boy.
Sure.
Hijiyama, tell me the truth.
Where do I begin? Well, I think I finally found what we needed. The answer to our problem.
What is it?
I'd prefer to handle the introductions first, but...
What can I do right now? I have to save everyone. That means I need to stay at Okino's side.
Well, I guess we're a bit early. The command ship's still behind the horizon. That means still about half an hour until they're in comms range. Now it's a waiting game.
Go ahead and explain.
Guess I owe you that much. You remember our talk about the decode?
Something inside that inner velocitor? It's the thing calling the Deimos, right?
You got it. More specifically, the important part is its connections to 3 discrete points. One of those points is the command ship in orbit, which I'll show you here. From that ship, it extracts the data of the Deimos themselves. That data is used to manufacture them in the automated factories in Sector 1. Then the factory-fresh Deimos are deployed to attack Universal Control. And that's how the decode works.
So why do the attacks make people disappear?
I might actually have the answer to that one. But, well, it'd be better if you heard it from her, the command ship.
Huh? Hey, the stall is moving.
Stop!
It stopped. Is this doll some kind of enemy?
Must have come from above ground. I'm definitely triggering the voice recognition, but... looks like my operation authority has been revoked. My commands aren't enough to shut them down. They'll be back in action soon.
Hey, over here too!
Stop!
This doesn't look good.
You're telling me. We need to go. Something's off.
What's wrong?
That console. Looks like I can only use the controls from there. You stay here. I'll go set the timer.
Hey!
Stop!
Okino! Damn it. Why me? Why only me? I have to get back now, or Okino might not. Someone. Anyone. I need to find someone who knows how to time travel. I know what I saw. Just as I was shifting, I saw Okino. And the androids were after him. I need to get back and rescue him. Sekigahara would know. Keitaro's Sentinel could also travel in time. Wait, that nurse would know as well.
Gotta go rescue our boy!
Okino was looking into that teacher. Maybe she knows something about time travel. If what Keitaro said is true, the Sentinel's capable of time travel. So if I can take it back from the government and Shikishima, maybe I can use it to save Okino. Crawling to him for help leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but desperate times call for desperate measures. This is hardly the time for a snack. I can't seem to find that teacher. Excuse me, miss. There's something I need to ask you.
Sure. What's up?
I'm looking for a teacher named Morimura. Do you have any idea where she might be?
You need to find Miss Morimura? I think she already went home for the day.
Really? Of all time, she had to be gone during an emergency. I'll have to look somewhere else. I'm looking for a boy named Miura. He'd be wearing a school hat. Has he been around here?
A school hat? Oh, you mean that middle schooler kid?
You've seen him?
Sorry. I don't really know anything. But you might want to talk to one of our track members.
Where would I find them?
Around now, she'd probably be at the rest area.
Understood. Thank you. You've been in the area for a while, right? Seen any suspicious characters? Sharp eyes, acting fishy?
Yeah, right in front of... never mind.
Hmm?
Gotta go find Mira.
Do you have a moment?
For what?
I'm looking for Miura. A boy with an old school hat. Any idea where I might find him?
A school hat? You mean Natsuno's boyfriend?
Natsuno?
One of my friends in track has a boyfriend. And he always wears this super vintage-looking school hat.
That's him. Do you know where he is?
He wasn't near the athletics building. I do remember something. Oh, I've seen him around the old school building.
The old school building. So, the wooden schoolhouse. Thank you. Much appreciated. I'm looking for a shady guy who looks like he might start a fight. Have you seen anyone like that around school?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm talking to him.
Anyone else?
Well, there's also Ogata-kun.
Nice. Oh, I went to the wrong place. Whoops. Whoops. Wrong one. Walkway. That's what I meant. I just saw school and I pressed it. Oh.
Okino. What's wrong?
This is for you.
What's this?
I really like you.
What are you doing? Don't be crazy. I...
Gotcha. Deja vu, huh? Isn't this where I confessed to Nenji Ogata too? That seemed like it really got to you. I thought you might be feeling left out, so...
You idiot. You thought it'd make me happy for a man to confess to me?
Guess not, huh?
Oh, Hijiyama! Gotta be true to your feelings, man.
Nobody here.
Well, what now?
Huh? You? Wait, maybe...
This was the correct area to search. It is him.
Wait, that's... You're the scout unit that was with Sekigahara. Why do you have this? Who are you?
Takatoshi-san. Let me take you. Let me take you to Okino's location. He has been wounded by androids. His condition is critical.
What? Who exactly are you? How do you know about Okino?
Television broadcasts and command ship transmissions. Miyuki Inaba used them to inform me. Okino, he will need it.
Oh, sure. Here.
What is this?
A phaser. You will need a weapon to neutralize the androids.
Some kind of future gun?
I extracted it from the Shikishima laboratory. It was designed based on data from the mainframe. Natsuno, please stay here.
What?
It will be dangerous. Okino may not have much time.
Then let's move.
Let's go save our boy! You better tell him you love it or I'm gonna flip a table! Just be like, I love you, shoot an android.
Okino!
3 active androids detected.
I'm on it.
Ready and button mashing, let's go.
Over here.
Why don't you bring it, bruh?
Is it over? Okino! Where are you hurt? Don't worry. I'll get you to a hospital.
Hijiyama-kun,
Don't talk. I'm here.
the letter. Read my letter.
No! Okino! No. Okino's... He's gone.
Universal control has isolated him.
So they finally made it here. Okino. You don't have much of a knack for love letters.
The invasion force is approaching Sector 4. So I'd like to share the Sentinel with you. I hid it in the ocean in Sector 5. It's the one I piloted. Sentinel number 12. If anything happens to me, you'll need access to it. So I made one last adjustment to your body on my own. The Sentinel activation switch is on your left forearm.
That scout unit said you were isolated. If you really are alive, if you're out there somewhere, then you're going to need a home to return to. It'd be a shame if it was gone. So, I'll fight to my last breath to save it. That's all the reason I need. Now let's go! Sentinel number 12!
Finally. I was wondering when you'd show up.
What was that? I thought I heard Okino's voice.
You did. It's me.
Okino!
You can't see them, but I do still have legs. No ghosts here.
So the scout was right.
I'm still alive. Because we shared the Sentinel, you're the only one who I can communicate with.
What can I do? How do I save you?
I can't go back to that world anymore. I was cut off from it, to keep me alive. This was the answer, Hijiyama-kun. Remember what we talked about? The mystery process eating up 80% of the inner Lossiter's memory? Our hearing, vision, scent, touch, and taste. It was supplying sensory data, everything we ever perceived. It made everything in that world seem real. That was practically its highest priority function.
Seem real? You don't mean it was all fake? My home? The factory?
The 5 sectors are not reality. Besides the 15 of us, every human we've ever known, they were created by universal control. That world is a simulated space, a massive, perfect illusion for us.
None of it was real.
These cockpits we're in right now, that is reality. My designs for the Sentinels never had cockpits at all. What kind of suicidal moron would get in a 35-meter weaponized metal suit? A single punch's recoil impact would hit the pilot like a train crash. But then the finished Sentinels had ways to get inside. I wasn't too familiar with the systems we'd pulled from the mainframe data. I figured it was just a speck I hadn't noticed at the time. But it wasn't even a cockpit at all. They're growth pods, meant to keep our bodies healthy. We were born inside these pods. We have never known life outside of them.
If all that's true, how do we get out?
I don't know if we can get out. But at least one thing's clear. If the Deimos invasion destroys the world we knew, then we will all die inside these pods.
Fat chance of that. You're shameless, shrewd, and infuriating. People like you don't die so easily. No matter what else may change, my duty is the same. I live in service of my country, and the people I love.
Hijiyama-kun.
I will not let you die.
Hijiyama-kun. No matter how this ends, I will always be with you. Let's go.
Damn, to the final battle. Trophy and Hijiyama story cleared. Wait, so they're in the Sentinels the entire time? And it's all just a simulation in their brains? Wait, okay. Damn, what the heck? 4,900 meta chips, 1 mission file updated. Nope, obtained 6 updated, 6 event archives. I won't let you be alone. Damn. Alright, let's go read really quick. I know this episode might get long, but I want to know. Okino's letter. Letter left to Takatoshi Hijiyama by Tsukasa Okino, who had disappeared. Okino prepared the message in the event that something might happen to him, which I'm not going to think about because it makes me sad. Explaining that he had tinkered with Hijiyama's body, shared Sentinel number 12 with him, and placed the activation switch on his left forearm. Takatoshi Hijiyama. When the kaiju appear in 1985, Hijiyama reads the letter Okino left for him and activates Sentinel number 12, previously Okino's craft. Since Hijiyama and Okino share Sentinel number 12, Hijiyama was able to communicate with Okino again in the cockpit of the Sentinel. Okino then reveals to Hijiyama that the world they are in is a simulated space, and the cockpit is the actual real world. Yikes. Although he dies in universal control due to an android attack, he's still able to communicate with Hijiyama inside Sentinel number 12. Oh my god. Interlocutor. 80% of the Interlocutor's memory is used to supply sensory data to their users. This ensures that whatever happens in the simulated reality feels real to them. Damn. First generation Sentinels. Sentinel number 12 originally belonged to Tsukasa Okino, but he hid it in the ocean of Sector 5 so that Morimura and the others wouldn't find and retrieve it. In case something happened to him, Okino registered Hijiyama as its pilot. Cockpit. Since any pilots would suffer enormous damage from a kaiju strike to the Sentinels, Tsukasa Okino's original designs for the Sentinels didn't have a cockpit at all. Oh, it looks like a motorcycle. Interesting. Okay. Damn. Artificial satellite in orbit. Connection gets cut off when the satellite is beyond the horizon, as that puts it outside of comms range. Right, okay. So then, like, are they just sitting in the Sentinels in space, or on a planet, or in the facility? Weird, okay. So I guess that answers my question of whether or not they're actually, like, out there living it. I guess it's all simulated in their head. But they're in the Sentinel, which monitors their body and makes sure it grows. Jesus. And the interlocutors just make them, their senses, like, activate them to make them think they're actually feeling, you know, tasting, smelling stuff. What the heck is going on? That's so weird. Okay, so I'm still confused then, like, are they on a different planet other than Earth then? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they actually, like, going somewhere, or are they just chilling in the Sentinels, which are either sitting in, the facility, or the Sentinels sitting on the planet? Like, I guess that part that's the only question really I have left. Interesting. What the hickety heck? Okay, so next time we'll come back and we'll finish up Gouto, and then if we have time we'll do another battle, because we've got, I think, 3 left. 1, 2, 3, and then probably or no, 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, and then probably the final battle. Alright. Oh god. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if I get a little confused. It's like a lot of one plot line can change everything, you know what I mean? Which is cool. It's cool. It's still very, very, very coherent story. It's very, like, all together. It all connects, and it makes sense. It's just me, you know, getting a little confused. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.